Coming onto your screens every week on ZimdiTv Online is a program on the set where we chat to the who's who in Zimbabwe. ZimdiTv News, building bridges.
Welcome to On the Set. In this program, we get to talk to a lot of artists, musicians, actors, actresses, the upcoming, the established. We have them all right here and we get to know more about them, stuff that you don't really get to read in the newspapers. The sun is out and it's a beautiful day in Zimbabwe. It can only get better because today I have with me someone that I know you'd love to know all about. I feel like Ndurukungo shy now. I'm in the presence of a great artist. Welcome, Alexio.
Thank you very much. How are you, Carol?
I am stunned. I think I'm starstruck. I know there's a lot to talk about because you're someone who hasn't got a lot of scandals going around. So I'm going to be going deep with you today.
No problem.
I really want to know who this man is because we don't get to read a lot about you.
Cool.
The first thing I found out that I found really interesting is before you were the Alexio that we know, you were in two separate boy bands. Like, how did that happen?
The first, actually, I'm from Glen, Norah. That's one thing.
Okay.
And then I went to Mazowe High School, which was a boys' high school back then. Mm-hmm. So naturally, we would create bands in school, you know. Mm-hmm. So we had a band called Black by Nature. Apparently, there was also a Black by Nature around the same time in South Africa, but I think we came up with the name first. So we did some tracks, but we never recorded, right? And then that was in school. And then after school, I did a couple of a piece job, if you know what I mean. Okay. You know, I worked for a supermarket as a general handsman. And then I met some guys who actually wanted to help me to advance in my career. But I had to go through acting. I used to act at some point.
What? Yes. No, you posed. You acted at some point.
Yes, I did. I think I'm still good at it at some point. I don't know, because also performance is actually acting. Okay. Yeah. So I acted through Reps Theatre. All right. And it was a play called West Side Story. You know the Maria.
Oh. Okay.
That song.
Okay.
It's actually from that play. Mm-hmm. So we did a play with a couple of guys, and then some guy, because it was a musical show. Mm-hmm. I met a lot of people who were aspiring to be musicians, and then they introduced me to my first official band, boy band, which was Guess.
One thing that I know is boy bands have groupies.
Oh yeah.
You must have a groupie story somewhere there.
Actually, no.
That's not possible. He's lying. Ashite, no way.
I'm not. You know what happened? Like I think we're still growing. It was in 1999, and Chinjinon's Urban Grooves or Local what it was not yet there, but we caused quite some wave actually, because our song was number 3 of that year, number 1 actually on the top 100 of that year on Power FM, if I'm not mistaken. So we did that was the main song. We recorded a couple of other songs, but they were never released because we actually had some disagreements with the band, and then the band split.
I was gonna get into that, but why did the songs just disappear? Because really, I know where you are involved. It had to be some great music.
It was actually, but I only wrote Amai, if you remember Amai, you know, see that song. I had written that one, and then some other guys had written some English stuff, because the band comprised of a guy from Cape Town, he's South African, and then Delani Makalima, and another guy who's now based in the UK called Garikai. So we were trying to fuse English and Shona and Ndebele, and just trying to come up with the African Boys to Men,
New
if I may
sound.
say. Yeah, African Boys to Men, if you want to put it that way.
All right.
Yeah.
I know that because there was a second group. What happened to split you guys up? Because Kanamaga was a second group. That means something happened to split you guys, to go different directions.
No, there was no second group actually. Like from Guess, I actually decided to become a solo artist.
Oh.
Yeah, because of I guess maybe like everyone has their own destiny, and then I appreciate being part of Guess because I learned a lot. I was very nervous. I couldn't sing English songs because of fear of mispronouncing words.
Okay.
Yeah, so Guess just kind of split. Garika had to go to school in UK. Donda Kuma had to go back to Cape Town. Dilani Makalima started Galaxy Records. And I was just stuck nowhere, thinking, okay, what am I gonna do? So I just decided to, just keep on moving, as they say. Yeah.
I think it was really good for you that you guys went your ways, because now we've got all this great music. And Ashaina, I wouldn't have known that there was such talent in you.
True.
Really. So
maybe.
The growth has been really good for you.
Definitely.
Let's put that aside. I know you've got family.
I do.
We don't know anything about them. Could you maybe talk about them?
Oh yeah, I am married.
Okay.
To a beautiful wife.
She is taken. Forget it.
There we
you
go,
see,
right there. Yeah.
Gone.
I got married in 2000 and hold on.
That's not a good sign.
No, hold on. I always confuse 2010 and 2008. So I got married in 2008. Then I had a son in 2010.
Okay, let's leave it there. He's forgetting his own marriage. Yeah, but it's okay. It happens.
I don't forget the date though.
Oh.
It was the 29th of December.
It was a special day.
It was a special day.
Okay.
And
Maybe
then-
talk about that before we go back. What made it special for you?
We had been going out for 5 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Well, no, Amazon is just a day or two, and
yeah.
5 years is long.
And I didn't want to be the odd one out in my family, so Tizisana and all.
Okay.
So I thought, let me do it the right way. So I actually, like, customarily or culturally, I got married in March.
Okay.
And then I wedded in December. The white wedding in December. And it was special, one, because I was marrying the love of my life. Definitely it had to be special. And then it was special also because it marked like a turnaround in my life, because I was going to be more responsible as an artist, obviously, because music industry, what is said about and what happens actually in
There's
the
a lot
music
that
industry.
happens, that's true.
Yeah. And then 2008 was not an easy year,
I remember.
Yes.
That's the time when things were tough in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
So how did you guys pull through a wedding in 2008?
It was God. I cannot say anything else. Yeah, God was. I had a hit song in 2008, Shina. That is actually what brought about Shina anyway, because of 2008.
Because you shone, you shined in those moments. It didn't matter what was happening.
Everyone had to shine.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically, marrying the love of your life is actually, it had to be the best event of my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the hardest moment for the whole nation.
Yes.
All right. Talk to us about your boys, your kids.
I have one son.
Oh, one son.
Yes.
All right.
He's 6 now. His name is Mazowe Kawara. And that name, I came up with it when I was in hospital. Like when you were thinking, we were one of those people who didn't want to be curious about the gender
of the child.
age.
Yeah.
So we went for that scan, and then we found out he was a boy.
Wow.
And then we thought of a name, but I couldn't come up with a name. But then the moment I held him in my arms for the first time, I was like, this guy he has to be called Wadiwa. Wadiwa meaning dear, like as in dear son.
He was right there in your heart.
Right, yes, and he still is.
Precious moment. Oh my gosh.
He's in school. He's doing grade 1 now. He's awesome. He's very clever. He's very intelligent. He's not interested in the arts as much as I see it. But whatever he's interested in, I'll obviously support him.
That. Yeah. That's a good thing, because I've seen too many parents trying to forge a way for the kids just because in Indinoimba you have to go along the same route. It's kind of unfair.
It's not fair.
Yeah. We hope he's gonna take after you though. You've got a lot of talent. We don't want it to go away with you. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. welcome back. We continue on with the conversation with Alexio. I'm hoping you're enjoying every single second of it. Maybe you can tell us more about your family. What else is special about you guys? What makes you different from every Zimbabwean family that we see generally? You are an artist. That's the first thing that makes you special, according to me.
Yeah. Well, I think my wife is very understanding. And because of that, it has actually made me the person that I am right now.
Wow.
Because she has a special way of talking to me, or a way of talking to me that I definitely understand and I definitely get. So for me, I wouldn't want to do it wrong, because I find it's unfair for someone who's that soft, who's not, we don't argue that much, because she simply says what she wants to say, and then I simply have to listen, and she finds the right moments to say it. So I believe that is actually one thing that lacks in maybe a lot of relationships, that finding the right moment to talk about things, because maybe soon after an incident, you
tempers flaring,
and then you don't want to talk about that, and then someone wants to say this and you're like, no, I don't want to talk about it. So I think she's that kind of person. She finds the right moment, and then we talk things over, and we move on.
I feel envious.
So that is something that I can really say is special about her.
Okay.
And it has made me to become the man that I am. I was not like this before I married her. I would be lying if I say I was. But she toned me down.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
She was the one to bring you down.
Yes, I think she was meant for me. I believe she was meant for me.
I think you actually know. Because now that you're with her, you can see for yourself if she wasn't there. Which makes me ask, I've seen a lot of artists that in newspapers at Zipere, we're always reading about them. They've done this, scandals all over, left, right and center. I've never read anything about you. How do you do that?
Well, I wouldn't say it's me, and I wouldn't say I'm perfect either, because I do have my moments as a human being.
All right. So
I'm not perfect. So probably the times that I was on the wrong, the media missed it, and that's it,
And the media missed it.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm not saying I'm not gonna do wrong any other time.
Okay.
But I try to keep my head level. I don't want to become the typical celebrity, and ride on that wave saying, I'm the one. I believe music is a career that makes you a celebrity, but what matters is the career part of it. So I want to do music. That's my passion, and I don't want anything to jeopardize it. So I try by all means not to get involved in things that would jeopardize my career and my family.
That's true.
Because my family doesn't end on just my wife. I have a mother, she has a mother, and
you have a whole village around you.
You see, so like me doing something, it's actually that's something that would jeopardize everyone who's proud of me right now. See, your child was born. So I try my best to keep my level, my head level.
All we can say is it's worked so far, so congratulations on that one.
Thank you very much.
Seeing that you are mostly into music, are there other things that you like doing in your spare time, or maybe even business-wise? What's in your heart besides music?
Besides music? Things that are on my heart, actually, or in my heart, are just to become someone. I'm quite creative when it comes to a lot of things, but I haven't practiced them. So my plan actually for the future is to get into things that I can work on my creativity and expose my creativity, because I'm not just creative in terms of writing songs, but right now I've actually started writing songs for other artists.
I was gonna get into that. That since you're so good at writing songs, don't you ever do that for other artists?
I'm actually planning on that. So right now, like what I'm doing is I'm writing songs for artists. They don't even know about it, so I'm going to just present it to them and say, you know what, this is a song that I want you to sing, and I know they will like it, because I'm writing with an artist in mind. And also part of my plan is I'm going to get into advertising, because I like, one thing that I like watching on TV is adverts. More than anything. It's funny because everyone doesn't like watching adverts that much, but I think I enjoy adverts. I enjoy criticizing adverts. So that is something. But in the meantime, I'm actually just working on my artistry. I'm improving myself, because it's been a while since I have actually put something out there, like an album. I've been doing singles. So I want to bring Alexio back, like the Alexio that people know. And so I'm working on myself. right now. Nothing else. No, nobody else.
All
Just
right.
my music, my vocal, my shape.
Oh, I can see there's toning going on.
I'm trying.
That's a good thing. Since you mentioned that you're working on your music and maybe trying to expand a few things, what can we expect from you this year?
There's an album coming up called Oi.
Oi.
Yes. Oi is an album that is basically talking about giving my art to the people.
All right.
Because I have noticed one thing about myself. I don't want to be limited to be said Alexio has got this type of genre, like but if you notice my trend has been from Amai was a ballad, then I did Chipugupu, which was almost hip hop, and then I did Maanya Kumbakwenyu, which was dancehall, and then I did Danana, which is like R&B, and I did Shaina, which was rock, and then I did Karaoke, which was Passada, kind of like soca like. I did Jajin, which was on a house tip. I did Neana, which was R&B. I guess I repeated myself there.
Right.
So like this Oi, people should expect all that on one album. This is now like me saying to the world, this is all I can do. And then I want you guys to just enjoy Alexio in every aspect that you can.
Now that you've mentioned that you've done some dancehall before, should we expect dancehall in this one as well?
Not yet.
Okay.
Like so far, I haven't come up with any dancehall song.
Okay.
But I have a rock song.
Oh.
Yes, I have house songs actually, and I'm being very experimental because there's a house song that I actually put Mseve guitar there, and the way I'm singing to Toimba Pachi Mseve, like Pachi Sungura, like
your voice Mseve like Sungura, like
yes.
I think this is an album to watch out for.
It is. And then there's also like very slow songs, very 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 slow.
Alexio that we've grown to love.
And maybe slower than that.
Serious?
Yes. Slower than that. I was just thinking. So I'm being like very crazy in terms of my creativity because I decided, you know what, if I can do it, why not just give it to the world and they can get to decide what they like on one album, because I'm sure everyone will have a song to pick from there.
That's good. You're trying to cater for everyone and making sure that you keep your fans satisfied.
Definitely.
Okay, so maybe let's say the world is at your disposal. Who's the one artist that you'd love to work with? Zimbabwe first. In Zimbabwe.
Man, why?
First in Zimbabwe, then we go international.
The guys that I would have wanted to work with are late now.
Okay. Fine.
Okay, let me try and look for someone who's
else.
there now.
Okay.
Wow, that's not that I have anything against Zimbabwean artists, but let me just try look for someone.
Okay, let's give you a few seconds.
I think someone who's there now and who's probably of this generation, I would really love to work with Takura. Yeah, he's good. He's really good. And I like his creative. And he's a morpho too, so I'm a morpho. So.
Okay, and he's diverse like you have seen. He's going into a lot of things.
And he can actually sing. And he can do rap and he can do all that stuff.
Okay. The whole world.
And then I'm trying to think of another Zimbabwean
person
artist.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I would love to work with Thomas Mapfumo.
All right.
Yeah.
The legend.
I like his creativity too, because for me, it's about like how people are very diverse in their creativity. So knowing him from way back, like I knew him when I was still, and he's still in the game, and his songs, they actually still, they
still rock.
They move me.
They rock. Right now, people will jump.
Definitely.
His music is timeless.
Yeah.
He's really good. In the whole world.
Internationally.
Yes.
There are a lot of artists.
Okay, just four. Okay, four.
Okay, firstly, I think I would love to work with Tracy Chapman.
Wow, that's some deep chords right there.
Tracy Chapman she's deep, she's real.
She's very deep.
And she's real, and she talks about things that people don't talk about. And I would love to work with Salif Keita. Definitely, yes.
You're going for the unique, yeah?
Yeah. I think those are the guys that are actually, they are timeless,
It's true.
And there's something about timeless music that is just that makes music if you know what I mean.
I know.
I do. Like I understand Salif I think he has one album. Do you know? Yes, but then that one album is what we know now, and we know him and he's international like that.
That's true though, because if I try to think back into his music, maybe I can only remember 2 or 3 tracks, but they made an impact and I can't forget them.
Yeah,
he's that powerful.
Definitely.
2 more to go.
2 more to go. I would love to work with let me see. I think I would love to work with John Legend.
That's my man right there. John Legend is just, I don't know how to explain him. He's just the right guy at the right time.
Definitely.
The right sound.
And I think I would love to work with him also to learn, because there's something about his voice that is not in every, or in a lot of artists' voices. You
don't need to know that it's John Legend. You just hear, you know it's him. His voice is the signature. It's not.
Definitely. And his range, he can sing from low to very high, and his voice is husky, which is something that you would not expect from. I think for now, let me stop
there, because you're thinking, who else besides this?
There are actually a lot of artists that I would love to work with, but I think, given the chance, Tracy Chapman will be my first.
Okay, Tracy Chapman, if you're watching out there, Alexio would really love to do a track with you. And then, of course, to make me happy, John Legend, please get through to us. I'm sure you two would make great music.
We will, definitely.
All right, so it's been a great pleasure to have you, Alexio.
Thank you.
Maybe, what do you want to say to people who are watching you out there from your heart, about your music, about yourself?
Normally, I don't really want to talk about music.
But we're making you talk about music and yourself.
Okay, I just want to say thank you very much for supporting me. And then to those people who have no idea who Alexio is, just take a listen to some of my tracks. And my Facebook page is Alexio Kawara 01, and you can get all the information that you want there. Otherwise, stay blessed and keep love burning.
Okay, keep love burning is the last thing that the great legend had to say. Well, there you had it. I'm sure you found out a lot of things that you never knew about the man himself. And I did enjoy every single second of the conversation with Alexio Kawara. And of course, for your views and comments, we've got all the details flashing on our screens. Get in touch with us. We would love to know what you guys think. Have a pleasant day. Enjoy.
Coming onto your screens every week on ZimdiTv Online is a program, On the Set, where we chat to the who's who in Zimbabwe. ZimdiTv News, building bridges